to the YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be unpacking my bag from what I took to my 1-week trip to the Maldives. So let's start with the small bag first. I went ahead and got a reusable bag from the actual resort. It came with the room actually, so I just used this as my carry-on bag, and my purse fit in here as well as some souvenirs. So, souvenirs, I got a flag, a Maldives flag, and then I got some chocolate bars that were actually made in the Maldives with different flavors. So one's like cinnamon, one's mango, one's banana. So chocolate bars and a flag. Other souvenirs, I got a couple of bowls from the resort gift shop. The chocolate bars and the flag were at the airport. These were from the resort gift shop. So they wrapped them up nicely for me. I have a surgical mask. And then I have the actual purse that I was using. So in here I had the one book that I was reading. I did finish this one book. Didn't even start my other book, so I definitely didn't need 2 books, let alone 3 books. What's also in here? A pair of sunglasses. An airborne tablet. Ooh, our bill from the hotel. It'll be good for my budgeting. That's it in that pocket. I have my reusable water bottle, which I did use a lot. They provided water at the hotel in glass bottles, so I would just take the water from the hotel room and put it in my reusable bottle when we went places. My cell phone. Another souvenir that we always get is a magnet. So I got a magnet from the actual resort with the atoll that we were staying on. Thing of chapstick. My money and my passport. And a couple of granola bars that didn't get eaten, but I had them just in case for an emergency. And then I had like all the cords and things. So this is the GoPro cord, my headphones. What else was in here? The adapters, like the Apple adapter, an adapter for the Maldives, which is the same as Great Britain. And the hotel room also had their own adapters too, so we could actually plug in our US plugs into their adapters, so that was nice. And we think we left one of the Apple adapters or USB adapters at the hotel. Jeremy can't find his, and he thinks it might be in my bag, so we'll see. And then in the back part here, I had some more money, or receipts and stuff, and then a couple more FFP2 masks if I needed them. All right, so that's it for my carry-on. We used our hand sanitizer a lot too, so it's nice having it there on the outside. Okay, now on to the big bag. The only other thing missing from my carry-on was my iPad. I already took that out. So in the front pocket, I already took out my rain jacket because we've actually used it today here back in Germany. Didn't use my rain jacket one bit at the resort. They actually had umbrellas in the hotel room if you really wanted it, but if it ever rained, it usually happened at night. But I did, however, in this pocket, put one of my bathing suits that was still wet. So it was nice to have it in this front pocket. All the rest of them did dry. Okay, come on. Up. Good boy. He just got picked up from daycare, so he's very tired. Also in these front pockets, oh no, my recipe got wet. So this is my recipe from the cooking class that I did. I'll show you that in another video, but I should still be able to read it, but it got wet, bummer. That was it in that one. I have my comb. And then in this bottom pocket, I had my waterproof shoes, which I didn't even need. I did wear my tennis shoes because I worked out a couple times, but the waterproof shoes I definitely didn't even need because I was either barefoot or in my flip-flops. I didn't even need the waterproof shoes, or in flippers if I was swimming. So that's unfortunate. I brought way too many shoes. I probably only needed flip-flops and sneakers, and that's it. I didn't need the 4 pairs of shoes that I brought. My flip-flops, the ones that were very old, I actually left at the resort, asked them to reuse them or donate them because I didn't want to bring them back. I probably didn't have room, or if I did, they were just very old and I didn't want them anymore. Alright, so that's it for the outside compartments. Oh wait, what's in here? The top one. My swim cap, which I did use a lot, especially if I went underwater in the pool. But there were some times I just didn't use it while I was snorkeling because it was very hard with the swim cap and the mask and snorkel. So I did get my hair wet a lot, and as you can see, my color is kind of faded, so that's life. Also was in here was toenail clippers and a lighter. That was actually for Jeremy, but he didn't check a bag, so we had to put the lighter in mine. Okay, now I think that's it. So now let's go into the bag. The bag did pretty well. I put the cover, there's a rain cover here at the bottom. I put the cover over it when it went underneath the airplane just to kind of keep some of the straps in place. So far good for using this bag for the first time. There's the inside. Let's go to the small side first. Also at the gift shop, I bought a couple of sarongs. I couldn't decide which one I wanted, so I got this orange flower one, and then I got this gold and black striped one that I'll probably use on other trips. My mask and snorkel. My snorkel started leaking when we did the whale shark excursion, so I hope it's still alive, and that was just a one-time thing, but I did definitely use it, so I'm glad I packed it. I didn't pack flippers, obviously, couldn't fit those in here, so I had to rent them at the resort. My one beach hat. I'm glad I had that. I'm glad I only brought one. My laundry bag, which I did use, I just ended up putting my dirty clothes in one of the packing cubes. Other souvenirs, I collect soap as well as magnets. So I got a soap for myself and a soap for a couple other people. My dressy sandals, the one thing I definitely didn't even need, because when you went to the restaurant for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you could be barefoot. So I didn't even need to wear these with my dinner dresses because I was barefoot most of the time. So didn't need those. My towel, my sandproof towel, I did use, even though the resort had beach towels you could use or pool towels you could use. Those didn't dry very quickly, but mine did, and it packs up, as you can see, nicely. So if I took it, I just put it in my little gray bag and took it with me to the pool. So I'm glad I brought that. I'll probably use it on future trips. The GoPro floaty stick. This was my overnight kit that had the toothbrush and toothpaste and eye mask for our first flight because that one was overnight. I didn't need it on the way back because it was a daytime flight, so I put it in the checked bag. The book I still haven't read yet, so I didn't need to bring 2 books, only needed to bring 1, so now I know. And then this packing cube, I think this had clean stuff in it, so either clothes I didn't wear or stuff I just maybe only wear for 10 minutes, so I considered it still clean. Yeah, so it had my fashion belt, a pair of socks that I didn't end up using because I used another pair of socks for my workouts. This dress I actually got there at the resort, and there's a tailor who works at the resort who makes all of their clothes and their dresses. So I really liked this pattern, and I liked the cut of the dress, and that it's just basically one piece of fabric and very thin and light. So I wore that on our last night, again, just to dinner, so I consider it still clean. Underwear that I didn't end up wearing because I was in a bathing suit a lot of the time. This dress I actually wore the first night for dinner, so just for a little bit, so it's still pretty clean. This dress I wore for only one dinner as well, my palm tree dress, so it's still pretty clean too. And then this scarf that I definitely didn't need. I didn't even use it, unfortunately, so didn't need to pack that. One tank top that I didn't wear. The rest of my clothes and tank tops, like shorts and tank tops and stuff, I did end up wearing, so not a lot that I didn't wear. On my previous trips, I would bring a big old suitcase of stuff and I would only wear half the clothes. So this is definitely better than I've done in the past, and I hope to continue to improve with that. I'll just set these right here next to you. How's that sound? Okay. And then on the big side. So I brought extra masks in case I thought I needed them, but these ones I didn't end up wearing, so they're still clean masks I can wear elsewhere. My toiletries. So like I said before, I didn't pack a lot for toiletries. I'm glad I didn't. The room had bath gel as well as shampoo and conditioner, so I didn't even need that stuff. I didn't bring any makeup. I brought 2 things of sunscreen in these little bottles, which I'm glad that I did. I did have to start rationing it towards the end. I almost ran out because Jeremy decided that he wanted to use some of my sunscreen even though he bought his own. He uses SPF 15, which I tell him not to, but he does anyway, and then he gets burned and he's like, oh, let me have some of your SPF 50. So that's why I had to start rationing it towards the end. But I would have felt better probably if I had another one of these, because I think that was probably the most burn we've got on that trip. So I need to probably upgrade to some SPF 70 instead of 50. These little contact cases have my toothpaste in it, and I still had some left over, so it might be good to use for a 2-week trip. My face wash, my little travel toothbrush, and then the airline, the little seaplane, when we landed, they gave us some like free hand sanitizer, so I was like, oh cool, we can use that on the next trip. The GoPro case I didn't need because the GoPro was always on us, so I didn't need the case. That could have saved up some room in my bag, so something to consider for the next trip, whether or not I'll need the case. These next 2 are dirty clothes. So the dirty clothes packing cubes now. So this dress, the long blue one, I wore on the plane ride there. It was very comfy. I have that jean shorts in here, the socks. I did end up bringing 4 bathing suits, and I only really wore 3 of them. Didn't even need 3. I probably just could have done with just 2, so something for me to think about for next time. But all the other dresses, the workout gear, I did end up using it. So again, just a bunch of dirty clothes in there. And then in this one as well, not as full, but some more dirty clothes. Anything in here I didn't want to bring? I don't think so. Some of the tank tops I probably didn't need because I could have just re-wore some tank tops. So a couple of them I probably didn't need to pack, as well as the other stuff that we saw earlier. So, all in all, as far as clothes, definitely I'm doing better as far as packing for clothes. And for souvenirs, I have to monitor myself because I'm not going to have room in this bag to bring back souvenirs. So for my next trip, I'll have to limit myself to like our magnet, and then if something's like really special that I can fit in a little carry-on bag. But that is it. Oh, and Jeremy's laptop went in here, but he already took it out. So that's my bag. What did I wish I would have brought that I didn't? Probably just more sunscreen, or maybe like a higher proof sunscreen, like an SPF 70. Yeah, I think that's probably it. I don't think there was anything else where I was like, oh, I wish I would have brought that. So I think I did pretty good, and my next trip is probably going to be a 2-week trip. So I'm going to try to fit 2 weeks worth of stuff in here when I just did it for 1 week of stuff. So I'm definitely gonna have to scale back even further, but I think I can do it. Just wear like 1 week's worth of clothes, wash them, and then wear them again. Definitely less bathing suits. So my bag ended up being pretty heavy, a lot heavier than Jeremy's, and I want it to be a little bit lighter too. So that was my Maldives trip. So check out the other videos of my actual trip, the excursions, and the resort itself. So take care, and I'll see you at the next packing video.